Hello guys, welcome back to Esentaxa. Andrea Papito here, and here we are in a different new live here in Esentaxa. This live will be dedicated to the new updates from the Italian government, new tax cut or tax reduction that the Italian government put in place and already started to design a new improvement of the taxation in Italy, a new redesigning the entire Italian fiscal system structure, and also reducing the tax rate on personal level, on juridical level, on entity level, etc., etc. So in this live, I'm going to explain you exactly what are the possible news. Well, it's not. I wouldn't say possible news. They are already there. The government has already decided to move forward with this kind of news, but they actually just need to define some details, some technical details, and some operative details. If you're new in this channel, if it happens to be for the first time here in this live, here in Esentaxa, this channel talks about how to optimize taxation in Italy, how to reduce your taxation when you want to relocate in this country, how to simulate your worldwide income and the taxation applied from the Italian tax authority if you move in this country. So we basically offer this kind of services. We provide you a consultation, we provide you a tax simulation, and we also provide you a video course in which we explain you how to pay less taxes in Italy. So it's very important to understand before moving to this country, to have a certain level of knowledge to understand what the accountant in Italy is going to tell you. Because a lot of people waste a lot of money simply because they have no idea how the new fiscal system in this new country works, and basically they don't understand exactly how to optimize their taxes, how to planify a long taxation project and a long plan in long term, in a span of 5 years. So and we have realized here in Esentaxa that provides you a video course will help you a lot on this subject, on this matter. We also have extended this video course with several modules. We also provide you discussion, which is me and Fausto. We provide you a discussion on real case scenarios that we have a lot of clients this period. They are telling us different stories, these scenarios that we have resolved. And we managed to provide you a discussion of real case scenarios that might help you to understand exactly how we help people and how you could benefit from these scenarios, because they might also apply in your personal situation. So we have a video course in which we explain you everything from the Italian tax system, from concept, scenarios, theoretical scenarios, and practical scenarios. And we also have added a new module in which we explain you how to defend yourself from the Italian tax agency in case of audit, in case of letters. We help people. We understand. We have understood through our clients, through our consultancy, the best way to prepare your documentation, archive your documents, and be always ready to defend yourself, and to be always ready in case of audit, in case of checks. So actually, we help you survive in case of some fine coming, and those are requested by the Italian tax agency, but without any specific motivation. So you have a proof, and you have the means, the way to push back the Italian tax agency. Now, I stop with my introduction here. Today, if there is somebody connected, I'm going to reply you some questions. But in the meantime, I want to tell you about this news. The first one is the reduction of the IRPEF taxation. So the IRPEF taxation, the famous taxation on physical person, on individuals, which is in Italy in tax brackets, and we had already a tax reduction last year, but this government wants to reduce even more this IRPEF taxation. The first cut was the reduction of the number of brackets, and the second big news was this incremental flat tax of 15% in case your income grows in a span of 3 years. So you have to take into account the latest 3 years to take the highest value. And if you have an incremental value in relation with the previous 3 years, you tax this incremental income only by 15%, the 50% tax rate. We have a video here in Esentaxa in which we explain exactly how it works. I will put also this video in the description below this live. And basically, this plan is introducing this kind of concept, this kind of tax rate. It's part of a bigger plan to reduce even more the RPF taxation on on individuals. And this is quite important, because if you reduce the taxation on individuals, which is the RPF taxation, you also reduce all the rest of the tax benefit, like the input rate regime, for example. Also, the input rate regime would be reduced even more. Okay. Et cetera, et cetera. So all the regimes, all the incomes, they're flowing in this RPF taxation as well. They get a lot of big tax discount. Another important point, which is extremely advantageous next year, would be the expansion of the flat tax on rental income. Now, the flat tax on rental income in Italy is called Cedolare Secca, which is basically a flat tax of 21% if you put under rent your residential property, and could be also reduced by 11 points. So you pay only 10% flat tax if you put under rent your residential property under certain conditions. But again, only residential property works. If you put under rent to a company, to a business, then you have to pay the income through the RPF taxation. Well, with this legislation, with this regulation, the next year, 99%, this would be extended also for any kind of rental income. So you will pay 21% flat also for the commercial rental income, for business rental income. So everybody that owns a property, an individual that owns let's say a garage or a house which is used by professionals, they can also, or used by an entity, they can receive this income and pay a flat tax of 21%. So not anymore the RPF taxation, which is quite advantageous. So I would definitely be in favor with this reform, because it will help a lot to expand and makes more attractive the real estate in Italy, in all kind of real estate, not just residential real estate. So this is for the good news. There are also bad news, which is basically the Italian tax agency, if they find you that you didn't pay some taxes, that you forgot to declare something, that you have some debt against them, they have more easy access to your bank account. But be careful, to your Italian bank account. So be careful about this difference, because if you still have your foreign bank account, you make their life difficult. So they have a lot of more procedure to going through if they want to try to fetch your money from your foreign bank account rather than Italian bank account. So I will give you an example. You have a debt against the Italian tax agency of 20,000 euro because you didn't pay some taxes plus interest and fine. If you have this 20,000 euro in your Italian bank account, that would be more easy for them to access straight to your account. After 60 days, you receive the letter. Potentially, they can access straight to your bank account and suck all this money from a day to another. Instead, if you have this money in a foreign bank account, even though you have properly declared this foreign bank account, I'm talking about not offshore account that you're hiding. No, absolutely. I'm just talking about foreign bank account that you legally detain abroad. For the Italian tax agency would be more difficult to access through a foreign bank account, because they have to ask the foreign jurisdiction to to have an assistance to access, because it's a different jurisdiction with different law, so it's not compatible with Italian legislation. Also, they have a hard life to get your money, and you have more time to defend yourself against the Italian tax agency. So this would be more interesting in your case, in case you want to be more, let's say, if you want to have a sort of shield in against the Italian tax agency, just because maybe they have made a mistakes and you want to have more time to defend yourself, or simply because you don't have enough money in that precise moment and you need to have some other kind of cash just to survive on a daily basis. So there are several situations that could happen that you might fall into. So this could be a way to make them life a little bit harder. There are also some tricks. So basically, you can also ask a loan from the Italian bank accounts and keep your bank accounts always in debt against your bank. So in this way, this is the trick to show that you don't have any money, because the money that you have on your bank account is in debt, are debt against the Italian bank account. So that's the reason why they found your bank account always with the minus, with the red, let's say, flag, and they cannot basically suck your money in any moment. So these are the two strategies that normally people can do in Italy in order to push back the Italian tax agency as much as possible on time. Now, guys, if you have any questions, take the chance, because we have actually a few minutes still in this live. Let's see, we have the first questions from Alex. Thank you for providing the content regarding the Italian tax system. Thank you too for following our channel. Okay, could you please talk about the tax reduction for startups? Thank you. So for startups, we have also some news. The Italian government wants to make a sort of reduction of the corporate tax. At the moment, the Italian corporate tax is 24%, plus another extra taxation, which is called IRPEF, which is around 3.9% at the top of this 24%. Is not calculated on the imposable income, on the profit. Is calculated on a different number, but this extra taxation will be abolished more likely the next year, or in a span of 2 years. So you have this corporate tax of 24%. What about if you invest, such as a startup activity? So you have just created a new company in Italy. It's a startup. It means that you are investing, you are producing a new business. In this case, the corporate tax more likely will be reduced down to 15%. Okay, so that would be a 15% flat tax that will be used in case you use your profit to reinvest inside your own company or your own Italian company. At the moment, there are certain incentives for the startups. There is also the chance to open in Italy. Right now, this is already working like this. An innovative startup is a specific SRL structure that allows you to put in your object, in the company object, a specific target that the company is trying to pursue it. So you have your activity on the field of innovation or software development or in automation. So all the brand new technology, artificial intelligence, for example, this is another field. And if you fulfill those requirements, so if you create a company, if you incorporate an Italian company with this kind of object, and it's also a startup, you can also benefit from some government financial refund. So you can receive money from the government, and you can also receive money from all the people that wants to live in Italy, and they have to invest to get the golden visa. So a lot of people are not aware of, but if you are an innovative startup, you might easily get money from those people who wants to live in Italy and wants to apply for the golden visa. For example, the high net worth individuals. So they have a list of startup activity in Italy. If they give money to those startups, they get the golden visa. And if you are incorporating an Italian startup, you get a lot of money to make your business grow and to increase your activity. Another questions. I consulted with a lawyer recently, and they say that 50-50 chance to declare as an innovative startup. What does it mean, 50-50 chance to be declared? Can you be a little bit more specific, Alex? I think I didn't understand exactly what you mean. Maybe you can specify a little bit more. It's not always the case of being like an innovative startup. Means that okay, if sometimes they decline, yes, it could be. The reason why they decline is because in the object that I was talking before is not correctly specified the kind of innovative solution. Of course, innovative business, sorry. Of course, if the object is wrongly written, you might be rejected, of course. The reason why they are strict with these checks is because you will get a lot of money with an innovative startup, because your startup won't be just published on the list of enterprise in Italy in the normal Chamber of Commerce website, but will be also published on the list of innovative startup Italian companies, which are used by all the people that wants to invest in to get the golden visa, and also for other kind of people. So you have a chance to be seen by those people, to be fed with a lot of money. So that's the reason why you have a privileged path. But in order to have this privileged path with the startups, you have to also write correctly the object on this company when you create a company, when you incorporate the company. So be careful about this point. Another thing that I want to mention, guys, if you have the idea of moving to Italy, and you have no idea how the Italian tax system works, I wouldn't recommend to reserve a consultancy with us over 1 hour, because in 1 hour you might have so many questions, and this won't be enough for you to understand how the Italian tax system works, because you might have some questions later on, and you already paid for 1 hour consultation. Also, the tax simulation makes no sense if you just wants to know how the Italian tax system works and if Italy could be the best place for you to invest. That's the reason why we have created this video course in which you have the chance to understand how the Italian tax system works, but also you have the chance to switch your mindset. What does it mean? Because you have the habit of thinking the way your country of origin thinks in terms of taxation. While through a video course, you will learn, you will be taught how to think in the way that Italian thinks on taxes, you know? So that's the difference. So you will understand exactly what is the different concept, what are the technicalities. And once you have learned everything in advance, you can have a consultation with us and we can project a long plan relocation, a plan in which we understand exactly how to optimize your taxation in long term. This is what we normally say to our clients, to all the people that are following us. I also put in this description of this live, or in the chat in this live, the link to our video courses. We have 3 offers. One is just video courses. One is with extra 2 modules in which we talk about real case scenarios, and also a module in which we discuss how to defend yourself from the Italian tax agency in case of checks, in case of audit, how to be always prepared, and how to archive the correct documentation in order to avoid any kind of fees in the future. And we also have the bigger offer in which you have an all package in which you will learn about all this concept. You have to do 2 extra modules, and you will have included 1 hour with me and Fausto in which we can clarify eventual blurry point that you have had through the courses in case some lessons are not clear. And we also have an assistance of email exchange in case some doubts rise during your learning. And I think that's it for today, guys. I wanted just to share this news about the Italian government. I think it's quite important to understand what's going on. The good news is that this kind of government, this new government has been elected last year. They want to reduce taxes. It's a very strong target, it's a very strong objective that they want to obtain in the span of 5 years. So let's stay tuned here in Esentaxa. We're going to update you for free whenever we have this kind of news, this kind of tax cut from the Italian legislation. Don't forget that we also cover Belgium as a legislation, Portugal, and nowadays also Albania. For any kind of information, you can contact us at info@esentaxa.com. And in the description below this slide, you will also see the link to a 50-minute consultation in which we can understand exactly your point and guide you through our services and see how we can help you, actually. For anything else, just subscribe to the channel, like button, and notification bell. And see you to the next live or to the next video. Bye, guys.